Hello, all champions, and welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. And stop right there if you're expecting an intellectual, thought provoking video, because this ain't it, Chief. We are going full lizard brain. And no, I am not talking about lizard men because they do not have a place on this list. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. But we're going to be going over the 10 sexiest, lovely ladies in this game because there are some amazing character designs that I must share with you all today. Because you know what? I'm a simple creature. Many of us are. There's a very good reason that games like Nikke have survived to this day, and it is because of character design, and Raid has that in spades. But before we do get into that, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. If you do want to join me in this lovely little game here and behold the beauty as I have, I do have a link down in the description below, as well as a promo code RAID7. The promo code will give you Pelops the Victor, and the link will give you Tholin Foulbeard, an extremely helpful character, I will add, as well as a pile of others as you progress through the game. Very nice little head start there, and you can maybe join my empire while we're at it. We got a few people here. We got some peeps, so join the shoved empire and check out Raid Shadow Legends using the link in the description or the promo code on screen. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to actually try and limit myself because there are a couple designs that are just kind of like same model, different outfit. The worst offenders of that are the demons and the barbarians, where a lot of the rares are just kind of reskins, more or less. So we're going to try and talk about the more, what's the word? The more original ones, more or less, or at the very least, the source of said reskins, which you'll see what I mean once we get into the demon spawn here. Speaking of, we're going to start with probably the poster child of the sexy characters in the game, Allure. She's literally called Allure. I mean, what more? What more do you want here? I mean, look at this. Look at this. She is. I don't know if that's even close. I think that's just scales. I think that's just scales because honestly, she fits her name very well. And like I said, with this particular character, I think she is the source of several other characters. Because, like, for example, how do I pronounce the name? Marquez? I don't know. She's very similar. Diabolist is very similar as well, but I suspect that Allure is the genesis of that particular design because her name is well picked, very well picked indeed. And like I said, I am going full Unga Bunga brain over here, so that works just fine. Also, from the demon spawn, I actually want to talk about Sycia, something like that. I mean, look at this design. Look at the flame wings and look at the armor. The armor is so cool. She is literally hot. Like, I kind of appreciate that she really is just sexy Balrog. And I'm into it. She's even got like the flaming sword situation. Like, come on. Armored tail. Very important to have an armored tail. I mean, because honestly, it would really suck if your tail got cut off. If you had a tail and you weren't a lizard, you would be deeply upset to have your tail cut off. So not only is her armor fashionable, but it is also functional. There is nothing left there, unless you unless you drive a shot right into the center there, in which case, well, maybe not so practical. But we're not here for practicality, are we? Next, we're going to pop on over to the Sacred Order. A nice pile of good guys here. I have a list here. There we go. Oh god, here's a name. Gilcia. Gilcia Soul Guide. This one is cool because we've kind of got like a frozen ice angel theme situation. She's got the frozen halo up top. She's got the kind of braided feather looking things here on top. And of course, this design is very appealing to me because I've been playing through Hades 2 quite a bit. So you kind of do get that with some of the main god characters as well, at least like with Hades and Zagreus and Melone. She's also got like freaking swords in her wings, which is cool, which is very cool. But perhaps what catches my mind the most is this girl got freaking skin tight armor. How do you do that? It's like she got armor like yoga pants over here. I don't know how you would do that. And heaven forbid your body type change in any way. Like you've got to maintain. Otherwise, this armor literally becomes absolutely useless. At least the bottom half of it. But nonetheless, I think the character is a very cool design. Now, let's pop on over to the barbarians. Now, the barbarians are another one, kind of like the demon spawn, where there's a fair number of copy and paste, especially in the rares. I mean, honestly, this design right here, there's several variations of that in the rares. And that is very nice, but we want to keep it a little more interesting than that. So we're going to go for Valkyrie. If you've seen my Invincible videos, you know I have a type. And Strong Warrior Woman is absolutely that type. We got abs. We like abs. We're big fans of abs. If I could use abs as a pillow, I would. Happily. No questions asked. I would sleep peacefully every single night. Because that is awesome. Now, on a slightly more unique design, I do want to talk about, oh god, here we go. Jamarsa, I believe. I think that's how you pronounce that name. But I really like the gold armor situation. We got like a golden priestess situation. The gold and the purple really does pair well with kind of the bronze colored skin. I also do like the blindfold. I do think like kind of like blind type characters are very fun because you can do a lot of that, almost like the seeing via the third eye situation. And she has a magic staff, which is very cool. This one also does have a champion skin in the form of the heretic skin. I actually think the classic skin is better, personally, because I do think the gold and the purple does fit this character better. And then the colors look almost kind of washed out on the heretic version, whereas I do think on the classic skin, she is dramatically more vibrant. Now, next we're going to go over to the orcs. Now, I know what you're saying. Orcs? How could an orc be sexy? And if you were asking about the Ogrins, I'm afraid you'd be correct, but the orcs have got a couple sneaky ones in here. Primarily, as soon as I find my place, we're going to go to Zargala. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one was actually the topic of a ad campaign for Raid a while back. They kind of did like these little skits, if I'm not mistaken, where it was her and then the main orc dude. It was actually one of like the main characters that you can pick at the very beginning of the game, one of the rares. So she's kind of familiar, but also like nice, very nice. Ironically, what makes her appeal to me is that she reminds me of Fiona in I think Shrek Forever After, where Fiona kind of goes the warrior woman vibe. And something about that just really amuses me for some reason. You know what? You know what? I dig it. I do dig it. Next, we're going to go over to the Dark Elves. And the Dark Elves are very nice. But the first one we want to talk about is actually the Painkeeper. Now, this one might be surprising because aside from the thigh straps, which I do appreciate, she's maybe not as traditional. She's not nearly as like revealing as some of the other characters. But I really, really love the armor. We've got like the dark gold situation going on. We've got the purple hair in the back. And then of course we've got kind of the pale skin, very slightly showing on the thighs there. I just think the color combination is fantastic, which of course kind of the black in there with the shield and the armor as well. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like Callus from Destiny 2. Very opulent, very golden purple. I am a sucker for golden purple. It took me way too long to realize that purple is actually my favorite color, which is a good thing too, because the next character we want to talk about is Mavira. Now, Mavira, her fusion event is actually going on right now, and I am going for it. Ooh. I mean, do I even need to explain? Look at that. Look at that. We've got kind of almost like a mature vibe going on here, kind of a mature sorceress vibe. And I am all here for it. I like it. I like it very, very much. We've also got the purple magic, and she's kind of got, I mean, like I said, web diviner. I think that means she can like see the future in webs, I would have to imagine, like divining the future, but I could be mistaken on that. I'm not an expert on the lore, but like, yeah, yeah, this was awesome. And then you got the yellow eyes who have seen 1,000 futures and only one where you win, and I like it. Now, for our last two, we're going to pop right on over to the elves and actually start with Elhain. The reason I want to put Elhain on this list is she is very lovely and single-handedly ruined the start of my account because apparently you're supposed to go with the guy who has the AoE poison because he does a lot of damage and works very well in arena. I should know. I have fought him and lost to him once or twice. But no, I was drawn to her for reasons. Two very specific reasons, in fact. The fact that two of her abilities, in fact, have AoEs, which is kind of cool. And other things. But no, yeah, Elhain is an excellent character to catch the eye at the very beginning of the game, and then you can just get her. So you're guaranteed to have a sexy character if you want to maybe slightly gimp your account like I did. It's fine. It's fine. And now last, but certainly not least, we have the newest mythical that was added to the game in the form of Sabrail the Distant. Now, this one's special because not only do we have this look right here, which is already kind of amazing in its own right. I mean, and look at the two, like the sword and the spear going on at the same time. It's not a practical fighting style, but it is freaking cool. But as a mythical, she has an alternate form. And check that out. Oh, that's so cool. The blue skin, the wings, the outfit. She has put down the sword, or actually, it looks like she's almost combined the sword and the spear, which is kind of amazing, actually, making it into one more, or one true big weapon. But like, look at that. Look at that. It's so amazing. It's just so tragic that she's a mythical, which means that the odds of me ever getting her are so slim, it's not even funny. Like how many credit cards do I need to get this character? That's what I want to know. Because it hurts that such beauty is not in my roster. It hurts me very much. But alas, I will have to swallow my sorrow and long once more because yeah, I think I'll be lucky to ever see a mythical in my account, much less this one. But there we have it. That is 10 lovely ladies in Raid Shadow Legends. This list is by far not exhaustive. It's just something I did for fun. It's also not in any kind of order. This was not like a 10th place to first place situation. This was just a fun little thing to appreciate the character design, because character design in a game can go a long way, can really carry it far. And they have clearly put a lot of work into their character design. And not for nothing, the fact that they're all 3D models is kind of awesome in its own right. Because you got to think about it. Like games like Nikkei and stuff like that, they're usually more so the 2D, kind of the live 2D situation, which is totally reasonable. I mean, honestly, yeah, that's amazing in its own right. But I do kind of appreciate the 3D models. I think they look good. I think they actually look really good. So, yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. Let me know what you think of this video down in the comments below. Do you want me to make a sequel? Maybe going over some of the men in the game? Not my personal taste, but you know what? I can window shop. I don't mind that one bit. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. And also a reminder that this video was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Once again, we do have a link and a promo code down in the description below. So big thanks to Raid for that. And with that, we are going to see you all next time. Have a good one.